my second or third cup of coffee today. Probably my third. Yeah, because that ring around it, yeah. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all get on up in here. Come on in the room. I'm gonna let y'all get on up in here. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Look at Diddy, mama. Hold on. Let me pull that back up. Girl. Let me see. La, 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 la. Let's see. Girl, it's this wig for me. Janice look a mess. She look a mess. She look a mess. Hello, everyone. Hello. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. We y'all running on up there. Hey, Green Eyes, Black Sheep, Toya, Baby Shay, it's Miracle, Ellen, Coach Bites, Miss T. Hello, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So yesterday we did a live last night. So I'm going to let y'all get on up in here. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. 49 likes. 125 people in the building. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. I don't know why I always laugh at that. I really... I don't know why. The title of the show... What is it? Diddy's Protégé. Okay. Devante. Devante, Teresa says, stay on your grind. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you for the sticker. Thank you so much, Teresa girl. Thank you so much, Teresa girl. So, yeah, these lives are glitchy. They are, I probably just wouldn't watch them. Yeah, that's my only advice. Probably just don't watch it. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. That's as far as I got. Hi, LaRon. I got over, guys. Do you like vertical lives better? I will say this. The vertical lives are way easier to do. Way easier to do. Like being on the run, being on the go, still being able to just hop on real quick and give you guys commentary instead of literally doing the live stream type of lives and other ones, depending on what program you're using. It can be a lot of work to put the lives together. It's not more work than editing. Editing is a lot. Like it really is. But with the StreamYard lives and stuff like that, it does take more work. Like a lot more work. So, and it's not that I don't mind doing the work. It's just way more convenient, and it allows me to do other things within the day too. Sitting there for an hour or two, getting a live together, get ready to like put on the screen, all that stuff, and then cranking it up, putting out it's a lot. Like it really is. This is just like boop. It's like Heidi ho, and it's like you're live. So to me, it's just easier. I will say that. I will, as of next week, next week, when we get back into the club, as well, I'll go and do some like StreamYard lives and whatnot. But we will be vertical in the situation. We absolutely will. I just think it's just more convenient. And I feel like my audience wants to hear me than not hear from me at all. If you notice with the vertical lives, I've been able to go live every day. Damn near. With the StreamYard lives, it's like, I'll go live 2-3 days and then y'all won't see me for like 4, and well, just because it's just like a lot of work to put that stuff together. Now, if you're just going live talking about hot topics and things like that, if we just go live and just throw stuff on the screen, and talk, then it's really easy. But when you're trying to tell a story and putting commentary together, like in my survivings and stuff like that, it takes a lot. Okay. Absolutely. So yeah, I mean the verticals are cool, but we will be doing a mixture of both. We absolutely will. So I love you guys. Please hit the like. 115 likes, over 400 people in the building. We keep on hitting that like. I really appreciate that. The title also says Devonte slapped Missy Elliott. He did. We're going to get into that. And we're also going to get into him allegedly being R-worded by Coffee. R-worded by Suge Knight. Okay. Now, yesterday when we did our last night, we talked about one of Diddy's lawsuits that got pretty much like updated, if you will, and Devante from Jodeci. Thank you so much, Della, for the super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Devante from Jodeci was listed as basically pimp for Diddy in the lawsuit about one of the accusers. So when I came forward to talk about Devante last night, I was telling y'all like everything that I've pretty much ever heard about Devante has been bad. The only good things upon doing research, because I again do research, the only good things that I heard about Devante is that he was cute. A lot of people said that. That he was attractive, and that he was a good producer. Other than those things, nothing but bad. Like, I boy issue not. Like, nothing but bad stuff. I'm just like, oh wow, he seems like the devil. From what the stuff that I've heard or read. So I'm gonna pull some of that stuff up. We're gonna follow the timeline. We're gonna stick with Missy Elliott because I kept bringing up Missy Elliott. So I do want to explain that because when you do say certain things, people be like, okay, well, what are you talking about? What do you mean? The Elliott, people do know that they do have a tie, ties with each other, that they work together and things like that. But their backstory and what happened after they stopped working together, people don't really know that story. So do the right thing. Shout out to you. She says, because you deserve everything I deserve. Thank you, girl. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love you, girl. But before we get started in that, when we get to 500 likes, we will get into all of this stuff. Devonte, when in the 90s, I believe, was it 90s, late 90s, I believe, he ended up getting robbed. And in the process of getting robbed, it was a lot of information that came out about it, including that Suge Knight had everything to do with him being out. There's people that came forward and said, oh no, Suge had nothing to do with it. And then there's people that come forward to the complete opposite. And say the complete opposite. So I'm going to give y'all the whole history, right? We're going to start off with, because y'all know me, like to take y'all on a journey. So we're off with Jodeci, how Jodeci came together, talk a little bit about that. And then we'll talk a bit about how Devonte started his own label and started to bring on artists such as like Timbaland, Magoo, Tweet. He even worked with Aaliyah, Genuine, Missy. And the group Sister was one of his first like bigger projects before that ended up flopping and Missy left the group. But she didn't leave the group and leave Devonte. I think that's another thing that's important to be discussed is that when Missy did leave the group Sister, she was still dealing with Devonte. She was still dealing with yeah, she's still dealing with him. So thank you, Ernestine. She says, sending love. Shout, oh my God, I love you, sweetheart. Oh my God, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being a member for 36 months. Laura said 36, 24 months, 2 years. That's commitment right there. Thank you so much. Please hit the like. Please hit the like so we can get to 500 likes and get into the title. Until then, we are going. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. Let's be messy. Let's be messy. Let's be messy. Let's be messy, girl. Shout out to my baby Shrinking Sharon. I gotta love her. She's always sending me tea, girl. Let's get into this. Okay, where is it? All right. So, Don Lemon weighs in on why Jay-Z and Beyonce haven't sued Jaguar Right, for everything that she says on Piers Morgan's show. So let's get into Don Lemon, a professional, someone that has been on multiple syndicated platforms on cable television, as long among social media like YouTube and other places. So let's listen to what dear old Don Lemon had about Jaguar.
For everyone in the comments who are saying, well, why isn't Jay-Z and Beyonce threatening to sue Jaguar Wright? Jaguar Wright is what legal people call judgment proof, meaning there's nothing to collect.
There's nothing to collect. What is Jay-Z and Beyonce gonna sue for? Food stamps? Hurry up. What are they gonna sue for? Now y'all believe it? I've been myself, the Fish King Payne, Danny Robertson, so many other people. We've been saying this for years. We've been saying this for years. What are they gonna sue for? WIC vouchers? What? Gas vouchers that she get from Catholic charities? What are they gonna sue for? Now you could sue a sane person for even putting like a gag order on them so that they can't speak on certain things. That's crazy. Jay-Z and Beyonce lawyer knew better. Yeah, just reach out to Pierce. There's no reason. Reach out to her for what? She crazy. You tell her, don't say nothing, don't talk about me, that's just gonna make her louder. That's just gonna make her louder. That's all. She's not gonna be quiet. So then your only option after that would be to literally sue her for what? She didn't even pay taxes, and she proud of it, but live off the government. Like that's weird. So yeah, there's nothing to gain here. What, they gonna sue her for her voice? That cigarette throat? Them ashtray vocals? Them CBD vocals? And she ain't got, there is no royalties or anything. Mm.
If you sue someone civilly, so why on earth would you sue them? Also, when she doesn't go on a big platform like that, basically she's just like standing in the edge of the ocean, just screaming into the ocean.
Just screaming into the ocean. As we lay, we forgot about. Jay-Z and Beyonce got babies in suitcases. So it's just like, girl, like, okay. I guess. Oh, girl. She's just screaming outside. That's it. Because where are these victims at? And I'm a girl. Where are these victims at? Okay. No, Don Lemon, Piers Morgan going on his platform to apologize for having a liar on his show does, though. You weird hoe. It does, though. Yeah, Piers Morgan apologized for her being a liar because it is his responsibility, okay, of having millions of people that follow him to only bring credible people onto his show. Yeah. She lied. What she said on Piers Morgan's show was a lie. Like, that is what he explained it for. Like, that's what he apologized. He apologized for her lying Do you not do you not get that? No, I don't want attention. I get it. I get it. What are you talking about? That's weird. That's like me wanting to be black. I am. I don't want to be. I am. Like, I don't want to be a man. I am. That's weird. That was cute though. Yeah, so I'm just confused by correct. He said unfounded accusations, a lie. Same thing. That's what I'm saying. He was just trying to be cute about it. He was trying to keep it cute and not keep it cute for Jaguar. No. He was trying to keep it cute for his audience. See, you going forward saying for bringing a liar onto my show, lying on people with huge platforms, on my huge platform. No, that's him protecting his audience because people tend to step away from people like Jaguar when they know that you are a liar. That's why the majority of her she keeps having to gain a new audience of idiots because all of the people that was running around saying the same thing. Oh yeah, she tell the truth. She a truth teller. She this, she that. No, they just mad because she exposed in the industry. And then they see from themselves that she is a liar, and it's disappointing. hmm It's disappointing to them, not us. Like we know she lying. We know she's a liar. She's delusional. She needs meds. She's actually prescribed them. So we don't say like she need meds as in we think she crazy. No, we know she is. Fact. Fact. She went on that show and never disclosed to Piers Morgan or his team that she is that she suffers from mental illness. Correct. She was supposed to tell them that. And when they asked, she said no. A person being mentally ill does not make them a liar. No, it does not. But she is. There's plenty of people that have bipolar, schizophrenia, and they are not liars. Now they may fabricate or or certain small things, but they're not on a scale to where they're literally out here making up things on people like her, because she's doing it for attention, not because it's the truth. It's for attention, literally. That's is the dead giveaway that she's like sick. That is something wrong with her. Again, people want to believe her because the scandal is 10 times more entertaining than the truth. 10 times more entertaining than the truth. Nobody wants to hear that Beyonce's innocent. Don't nobody want to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that Jay-Z's innocent. Nobody wants to hear that. I can go live right now. Oh my God, Jay-Z's innocent. None of that stuff happened. Blah, blah. Y'all not want to hear that. Not at all. But let me put up a title to say, Jaguar was right. Jay-Z, them is this, is that. People gonna load up in here, not because they think she's telling the truth, because they don't like Jay-Z. So it gives you a bias, behind it. That's y'all small-minded artists. That don't have nothing to do with me. That doesn't have anything to do with me. Again, do I think that Jay-Z has skeletons? Yes. Do I think Beyonce has skeletons? Absolutely. 100%. But she's never been close to either one of those people to be able to spill those beans. Do you think somebody as strategic and careful as a Jay-Z would have anything to do with Jaguar? The bitch was a background singer for 4 minutes. That's their relationship and a picture after. What did she see during them 4 minutes? What did she see during them 4 minutes? Girl! Jaguar. Was it suitcases back there moving on their own or behind the stage, girl? While you was up there singing with the devil, a girl. while you had Mary J. Blige downstairs locked in the bathroom, a girl. Um, what that word? While you was up there, make this song. Wait, yeah. Make this song. Make the song, make the song crying, not my son. Well, you was up there doing all of that, and my girl, with Jagger, with the devil, you know, because you know better not to take a picture with Diddy, who's the devil, but Jay-Z's the devil. So you just didn't you take a picture with him? You want me to pull it up? But you don't take pictures with the devil. You sure? So you take pictures. Oh, you take pictures with Lucifer, not the devil. Because I'm confused. See, you ain't never took a picture with Diddy because Diddy don't know you. He don't know you. Yeah, that's just what that word. He don't know you, girl. Mm-mm. It's not that you couldn't. You would have took a picture with him if you could have, because you're a complicit psycho. You're a complicit psycho. Like, hello. Like, hello. If you were around anything, if you saw or witnessed anything that you swear that you saw, you allowed it. You allowed it. I just find it weird how she could be in two places at once. Like when the majority of all of this stuff that's going on that she said that she was a part of, she was also in Dallas with her firstborn son that ended up getting murdered after she wished death upon him, just to years later be viral for rubbing those same child's ashes on her. Hates her. Weird. I found that weird. She's suing the son that's alive, and the one that's deceased, she was in his ashes. All. So, yeah, I just think that that's weird. It's like, how can you be in all these places at once? How was you over here on Epstein Island rescuing 3 people when you said that you? How can you be in all these places at once? You're a liar. You're a liar. Yeah, she's suing her son that is alive, Sam Jr. I call him that because she hates it. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Over 1,000 people in the building want to fast track to 500 likes. As soon as we get to 500, we'll get into the title of the show. So, yeah, she's suing her only child that's alive, and then the one that is deceased hated her, and she hated him. The feeling was mutual. Okay, she wished death upon him 2 days, 2.5 days before he passed away because he was murdered at a party, and she took his ashes. Those were the ashes in the viral video that she was rubbing all over herself of the child that hates her. That's why she kept saying, "Oh my dead son, oh my dead son," that hated you. Literally, it's like no secret. All of his social media is still up. You can go on his social media. He hated her. He always gave a happy Mother's Day to Mama Frances, her mother, who passed away this year. Yeah, he always gave a happy Mother's Day. He never was Mother's Day to her. They always argued. The family says that they literally despised each other. Correct. He broke his arm when he was a teenager. She made him do push-ups with a broken arm, and also, put her hands on him if he didn't complete the push-up with a broken arm. Yeah, she's just. But she don't want to talk about her story. She's too busy talking other people's that she fabricated. Because, again, the story's been real. And did she break his arm? No, he was outside. He doing something outside. I don't know if he fell off a bike or something like that. But he broke his arm. And she was mad at him, even when he had got out of jail. When he had went to jail, he came to stay with her when he had got out. And she would not allow him to. That's how she went to jail. Called the police on him, not because he was doing anything, just because he came to stay with her. And she said, "No, you're not staying here. You need to get out there on your own, and be a man." But you didn't teach him how to be one. And his father was never alive. So, hello. You abandoned him his whole life. Gave him up custody of him to your parents, basically, before he was even a year old. Like, I mean, you abandoned him. How can he be a man? So then she ended up calling the police on him, and that's when she found out that there was a governor's warrant on her. So instead of them arresting him, they came and arrested her and took her to jail and extradited her to Illinois, where her governor's warrant was at. So yeah, she hated him from birth. She basically, yeah. So I find that interesting. She wants to talk about everybody else's story but her own. Like, why yours is so much more intriguing, girl.
Or she's like your crazy aunt at the picnic or the cookout, and you just go, "Oh yeah, this is my aunt talking whatever." When she goes on a platform as big as Piers Morgan, it amplifies it to millions of people, his subscribers and viewers, and people who aren't even his subscribers and viewers, just millions more people. He has a responsibility on his platform to put on truthful people, and if he doesn't, he could lose millions of dollars. They can collect that. He could also lose his entire platform.
Correct. So again, he came forward because she was not truthful. She did not tell the truth. What don't y'all get about that? Like, what don't y'all get about that? She lied on national TV. There is nowhere documented of anything she said about Jay or Beyonce. Nothing. Nothing. There's nowhere documented. Even if she would have went on there and said something about the lawsuit that Beyonce's ex, one of the instrumentalists, on her tour, because she did sue her. She sued Beyonce and said, "Hey, look, she put hoodoo voodoo or whatever on my cat and lid, and we did things together, and now she would have went on there talking about something like that. It's a paper trail, so you can't say that she's a liar. You can't be like, oh, well, she's lying, blah blah blah. Well, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, the situation she's talking about, the lawsuit did happen. Now we don't know if the context of what is in the lawsuit is true or not. Those are accusations and allegations, but it is on black and white. There's nothing on any record of Jay-Z or Beyonce ever doing anything with children, having, like, nothing. Nothing. Nowhere. There's not an article on it. Nothing. Now there is. Because she is putting that type of energy out there. That's the problem. That is the problem. 100%. 100%. Hold on, ask me about where I was at. If you're not gonna ask her where was she, that's weird. That's weird because Beyonce do not know her. Neither do Jay-Z. Meeting somebody does not mean you know them. It doesn't. It doesn't. So don't ask my location if you're not gonna ask the person that's putting these allegations out there. Because I'm not putting allegations out there on Jay-Z and Beyonce. I'm not doing that. You look and sound dumb. Yeah, I'm not doing that, bird. That's what she doing. That's what Jaguar is doing, not me. Yeah, I'm not putting allegations on her. I don't know them. So what I look like saying that they out here, oh, they have babies and just, no, I don't know nothing about none of that. I don't know anything about it. I don't. I really don't. Yes, you are what? Yes, I am what? Hurry up. Yes, I am. Everything I said about Jaguar can be proven. It's all on YouTube. This is her life. She lives here. So what do you mean? She's homeless. She lives on the internet. It's all here. The viral video of her putting the ashes of her son, the interviews, family members that stated the relationship between her and her son. Like what are you talking about? Her suing her son. Like, I can prove all of that. So I'm not putting any allegations on Jay-Z and Beyonce. I don't know them. Never met them in my life. I can't say what they're capable of. I said, do I think that they have skeletons? Yes. I would be lying if I said that, oh no, I think that they're squeaky clean. No, I don't think they are. Shout out to Prize Possession. She says, tell that lie to somebody else. Sean, I know that. Right. It's like, girl, nobody got time for that. Like, that's weird. That's weird. And then it'd be weird because these, the Jaguar troll, because they be her, because she don't have no fans. Um, the trolls that come in here can't tell you nothing about her. They can't tell you where her YouTube channel is, her TikTok, nothing. Nothing. That's why, like, y'all could, y'all are laughable. Shout out to Tasha. She says, "Please, Sean, keep on giving us the updates. You down, period. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I love you. Thank you for the super sticker, my love." Yeah, so it's like that. They don't know nothing about this. Nothing. They just hate Jay-Z. And go hate him. It's plenty of people I don't like Diddy. But like Talia Grace or whatever. I don't know about her story. I don't know about it. And since I'm not brash commentator, I'm going to speak. I don't necessarily think she's telling the truth. I don't. Shout out to Jerry. Thank you. Continue to remember. I love you too, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Yes, if I don't, I would be forward to speak on that when the ex-bodyguard and the ex-friend have both came forward and said that there are a lot of holes in her story, and that she's also reached out to them and offered them compensation to go forward with her story. Crazy. It's crazy. I was seeing Song Cry. She don't know him. Station performance. No, she don't know him. She don't. Again, Jay-Z knew the roots. That's why I said go do y'all research. Stop listening to that crazy bitch when you can just go do your research. Jay-Z had the roots at the Unplugged to do the, they played the instruments for him throughout his concert. Weirdo. The Roots had Jaguar on tour with them. Mary J. Blige was late. There was 3 background singers. They chose her to sing from Mary until Mary got there. Jay-Z don't know that bitch. What don't y'all get about that? He don't know her. He ain't never invited her nowhere. He ain't never hung with her. None of that. He don't know her. What's the problem? That's how. Hello? Jay-Z know the roots. He don't know her. He don't. And you can look it up. Crazy. No, I'm not researching Mrs. Graves. I don't know her. Diddy need to research her. His team need to research her. I'm not researching her. There's a reason for me to. I'm not about to try to debunk her, none of that stuff. However her case goes is how her case goes. I'm not about the victim bash. I'm not about to do none of that. I don't know what the truth is. I don't know whether she's telling the truth or whether she's lying. It's not up to me to decide. So I will not be looking into her, all of that, trying to explain. I'm not doing none of that. You do it. I'm not doing any of that. Again, there are real victims out here, and ain't nobody about to ruin it for them. Like, so, yeah, that's how. So again, Jay-Z don't know her. Boom. Like, boom. Like, yeah, he don't know her. Can you prove that he does? Did you see her at a birthday party, the Rock Nation brunch, something like that? Oh, no? Oh, okay. Well, how they know each other? Okay. The same event after, she took a photograph with him. The same event. Not an event later on and like, no, he don't know her. Like, that's crazy. Like, hello? No, she's on the Unplugged version. Yeah. The Song Cry song is Mary J. Blige, Jay-Z. Jay-Z featuring Mary J. Blige. Y'all tried it. Mm-hmm. Go listen to any one of Jay-Z's albums. She ain't on it. Mary is, though. She sure is. Mm-hmm. Mary was the star, not a Jaguar. No, she was a background singer. She was literally there, background singing. She was background singing for Mary. Mary was late. Like that. So the show must go on. And Unplugged back then was live. They couldn't just like continually wait for Mary. Like they had to do something. So they did. Hey, you, come here. And she sang. Okay, now move. When Mary got there, move. So yeah, it absolutely. Not only that, if you go to the albums, Mary is on the album, not her. She is on the Unplugged album that Jay-Z did. And everybody did Unplugged back in the day. So that's it. And y'all pressed. She was not there as Jaguar Wright. She was not. She was there as a failed background singer. Correct. That's it. That's it. If Mary would have never showed, she would have. I mean, if Mary would have showed up, she would have never gotten that opportunity. And the only reason she got to do it is because the other background singers weren't as seasoned as she was. So she was a seasoned background singer. Correct, Sammy. And I have the interview that she did in the early 2000s, like either 2001, 2002, of her throwing so much shade and salt towards Mary J. Blige, saying Mary J. Blige is not talented, all just saying the craziest stuff about her. Crazy, and Mary never did nothing to her. Nor did Jill Scott, nor did Erykah Badu, nor did Alicia Keys. But she has the most hateful things to say about these women that did nothing to her. Nothing. All they did was succeed.
Because they could.
That's it. So because they succeeded, they got to be old Diddy doo wop bop bops and all of it. No, you just failed. They succeeded and you didn't because they didn't do nothing to you. They didn't do nothing to you. They did not. So yeah, she had a beautiful voice in the 90s. It was. She had a cute voice in the 90s. That ashtray, that shield girl. Y'all wonder why she don't be singing. It's not that she don't want to, she can't. That voice on years of smoking and yelling and oral. So yay, absolutely. Girl, bye. So shout out to Don Lemon for being, credible. We love to see it. So we absolutely do. There are plenty of whistleblowers out here, and y'all don't want to pay attention to them. Y'all want to pay attention to. You go right ahead. R. Kelly's daughter, Buku, Boo Boo, what's her name? She came forward, y'all. She said that her daddy touched her. Let's get into it. Music. Okay. Let's see if it's done. Okay.
For a long time, I didn't even want to believe.
1,300 people in the building. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. With 1,300 people in the building, can y'all please double tap the screen? Shout out to the 385 people that did double tap the screen. I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, I love you guys. Please keep double tapping that screen. We're on the fast track to 500 likes.
That it happened. I didn't know that even if he was a bad person, that he would do something to me. I really feel like that 1 millisecond.
Oh, this ain't the trailer. It came out today. So this is actually a clip from it.
Completely just changed my life. If my son asks questions.
Said is, not is that Laguna. Stop. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. I'm not about to do this with y'all. She said that she was sleeping, and R. Kelly's daughter, Joanne, she said that she was sleeping, and she woke up, and he was touching her. It happened when she was like 8 or 9, and when her mammy, hold on. I think she was 10. I think that's what it said. That she was 10. She said, I was too scared to tell anybody. I went to tell my mom. But I think she told her mom when she was like 10. Hold on.
I'm gonna be as truthful as possible. But I would not be taking my son to a prison to meet his grandfather.
Music.
It was my For a long time, I didn't even want to believe that it happened. I didn't know that even if he was a bad person, that he would do something to me.
And this girl thought he would always kiss her in her mouth. Like, that's another thing, too. It's like, Why would you touch your kids? Yes, the doc came out today. It's on TVEI, TVI. I think that's how you. I think it's on TVI. Yeah, because I downloaded the app today because I'm gonna watch the whole thing later. I saw it was like 2 episodes of it. I don't know if there's more, but from what I saw, it's 2 episodes. Who? TVI is TVEI or TVE. Yeah, TVEI. Yes, I think that's what it's called. TVI or something like that. But yeah, I think that Robert went through some things, right? T Vice is that how it's called? No, not TiVo, not TiVo, not TiVo. It's T Vi, I believe. Hold on, let me check. Let me check. Hold on, let me check. Yes, it's TVI or TV, however you said TV, but it's TVEI, I believe. So it's TVEI Network. And they have an app, or you can just watch it on like your mobile, like internet, whatever you have, Safari or whatever. But yeah, so that's what it's on. It's $4.99 a month. Okay, $50 a year. So it's $50 for a whole year. That's pretty cheap. And then because they have Trapped in the Closet on there too. They have Trapped in the Closet on there. Hold on. Yes, and I wish I could show you. Here I can do this. Hold on. I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna see if I can come up and put it inside of this chat for you guys. The link. Alrighty. All right, I'm gonna put it in the chat, guys. Not sign in the chat. Don't nobody got time for that. Yeah, no, it's not. Okay, so put it in the chat. There we go. So yeah, we don't have to chat for that. But anyways, so it's on TVI. I'm putting it in the chat now. I don't know really what to say about this. Besides, R. Kelly has had a really twisted life. He did name her Joanne Key after his mom. He was definitely like in love with her. All I gotta say is this. I feel horribly for her. I hope she gets the help she needs. hmm I definitely hope she does. I also think that once again, Andrea Kelly is a horrible person. She is a horrible person. You knew what was going on with your daughter. You knew. One, she told you. She told you. So it's not like she didn't say anything. This is like the first time saying, no, this is the first time she's ever saying something publicly. But she did say something to you. And you did nothing about it. What did you do about it? What did you do? What? Even when everything was going on with the surviving R. Kellys, you knew what happened to your daughter. What happened to who? Robert Kelly's oldest daughter, daughter Buku, or Joanne, whichever one you want to call her. She said that when she was 8 and 9 years old, that she woke up and her father was touching her, that Robert Kelly was touching her. If you read the book Solar Coaster, when R. Kelly was about 8 years old, is when things started first happening to him. So I feel like he's so up in the head that maybe he felt like that's the age that you start. You know, it's okay after this age, I guess. Because she don't remember anything like that happening to her by him prior to the age of 8. So it stems back to his childhood because his sister started doing it to him when he was 8. So I don't know. I I don't know. His life is just it's just too much. So I don't know. I don't know. But when it comes to Andrea Kelly, yes, his own daughter. When it comes to her, I feel like she should have done more to protect her children. And she wants to sit around like she was just this petrified victim. No, you were not. You went on a reality show after you left him, using his name, his influence, all of that, knowing what it did to your kid. You are pathetic. You are disgusting. You are just as a big of a monster as he is. Y'all are one and the same. That's why y'all got married. One and the same. It's weird. So weird. I just don't understand how she just, could have allowed something like that. You know? It's crazy. Is it TV? It is, but it's TVEI. It's basically saying like TVI, if you will. TVEI. Yes. TVEI dot TV home. I'm on right now, but it's TVEI. Yes, thank you, just anticipate. Yes, just like is what it is. So yeah, I just think that is just so crazy. If I ain't got no tea, why is this bitch still here? Mods, like let's get on it. If I don't have any tea, we need to get rid of them so they can get to the tea. They have to go to where the tea is, like direct them to the tea. Like, I mean, don't let them waste their time. If a person ever needs help leaving, please show them the door and bring them right up to it. Push them out of it. Gaze and slam it behind them. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Reading the Solar Coaster book, it's a lot. But when it comes to Robert, he's a monster. He's evil. I mean, what else do you say? You know. But when it comes to Drea, I just think that she's been allowed to get away with so many things. I feel like she's even brainwashed her own kids, and to make them think that there's nothing she could do. Like, my hands are tied. How are your hands tied when you've handled this situation so carelessly? You did nothing to protect your children. You did nothing to protect yourself. But then you leave him. You still carry his last name. How can you, like, your daughter changed her whole name. Her name was Joanne Kelly. So, Andrea, you don't think that we're going to feel that her changing her name had nothing to do with her not wanting to associate it with her father? Because that's why you won't change, right? Because you still want to be associated with him. You still want to be Andrea Kelly. Although you were a secret for damn near 20 years. Like, no one knew anything about you. Buddy. hmm And I also think it's weird that she tries to push this narrative that R. Kelly wanted to keep their relationship a secret. If he wanted to keep our relationship a secret, then why did he keep doing things publicly? Like when he proposed to her, all of that was public. Like none of that was behind the scenes. He got helicopters and all of that stuff to give her this grand proposal in front of everyone. All of that. No, it gives you wanted to keep it a secret because you knew what you were doing behind the scenes. You knew what was going on behind those closed doors. And not just with you, with the other dancers, all of that. You were having, four ways, five ways with R. Kelly and whatnot. He chose you because you were talented. Out of all of the people that he had, the girls that were there, you were the most talented. And he liked to like limber and flexible. You were. So you're like one of his favorites. And then he ended up marrying you because both of y'all are monsters. That's why he married you. He didn't marry you because you were a good woman. Anything like that, you're not. A good woman would never allow something like that to happen to one of her children. Okay, now damn what she's doing. Okay, if you want to be involved and these want to be FOs and stuff like that with your man, whatever. That. But your child being involved, that's on a whole nother level. People can't look at the situation like, oh, well, how could Robert Kelly do that to his own daughter? Well, it was done to him. It was done to him. So that maternal instinct, or or in the father's sense, it's not there. It's not. It was gone a long time ago. So the whole we're family thing, because most families never cross that line. So with not crossing that line, then it's always like this, like, mutual, respect and knowing not to do that because it's not okay. But when it comes to R. Kelly, there are no filters, no roadblocks, no no's, no stops. There is none of that. He just kind of had to just do what he had to do. So in having children, I think it's the same thing. I think he looked at them as humans. Humans, No, I'm not making excuses for him, dumbass. You got to know better in order to do better. I don't go around touching on people or anything like that, or ever even it being a thought of doing it to my children, because that type of stuff was not allowed where I'm from, where I was raised like that. So I'm going to carry those traits with me. I know not to do any of these things because that's how I was raised. But if the people that are raising me are doing these things to me, they're my first teachers. My parents, my siblings, the grandparents, anybody close to me, they're going to be the first people to teach me everything about life. I'm not going to learn everything at school. And again, we're at home a while before we actually step a foot inside of school, because that's when people start to change, because they start to see other people's experiences and what they're going through. So if your parents do bad, and then you come to school and you see how nice other parents are, it's going to make you think, like, okay, well, why, and then you see that you, you feel like your life is fine, you clothes, stuff like that, and you go to school and see people with this and that, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, why don't I got it? Why they got a car? Why we don't? Why they live in a house and we stay in an apartment? Or so you start to look at things. But if you never went to school, then you're going to be fine in the lifestyle that you are, living. But if you are, and then it's your own family members at that. So it wasn't just his sister. It was other people too. And I do believe that his mother had a huge influence on it too. So I'm not excusing it. He just don't know better. He really don't. And he never took the time to learn anything, because if you read his book, you just see that people just kept enabling him because he had a talent. So instead of someone actually sitting him down and letting him know, and then he also held on to a lot of the information that he had for a very long time. A very long time. That stuff didn't come out until he was grown. The majority of it. So he had no help. None. I feel badly because no one deserves that. He got all the tools to be built into a monster because the people around him were monsters. So that's who he was learning from. Monsters. So the connection, the paternal instincts that a person would normally have are out of the window when he was basically in love with his own fucking mom. He was in love with her. If he was in his mom, why would I expect him to be a father or having a loving father-daughter relationship with his daughter if he don't know what that is? It's not offending him, it's understanding. I understand why a lot of the stuff went on. I just don't get it because I'm not supposed to. Because I would never do those things. The stuff that he did and the things that were done to him, I would never do those things. So I don't get it. I don't get what would make his sister feel like it was okay for her to be doing what she was doing to him. I don't understand why his mom was okay with him being in love with her. I don't understand it. Because there's a lot of decisions that I just wouldn't have made. I wouldn't have made them because I know better. The people that raised me taught me better. That's all. That's it. How can you expect him to be a father if he don't know what that is? He don't know what it is to be a dad. He ain't never had one. What do people? Would you think you can just like watch Step by Step or The Family Matters or something, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be Carl? You watch the Cosbys, and all of a sudden you're Mr. Huxtable? Like, yeah, it work like that. Those are TV shows, scripted. Yeah, there's no manual on being a parent. And if you've had a horrible upbringing and your parents just were just bad, he saw all type of stuff he shouldn't see. All type of stuff. Read his book. And you will understand why I understand him. I understand the monster. So hearing this, like, oh, she said that she was 8, 9 years old. My mind is going to his book to him saying that it started happening to him at that age. So I understand why he probably started doing it to her at that age. That makes sense to me because what he stated, what happened to him, his own experience, generational. So I get that. It's a learned behavior and nobody taught him to unlearn. Instead, they just enabled it. That's it. Nobody helped him. No one. Everybody looked at him and saw a profit, what they could profit off of versus of helping him. So he built this real narcissistic, dangerously narcissistic, kind of like wall of protection around him to where since he was felt stupid, since he didn't feel intelligently prepared to be in the industry like the industry he was in, I feel that's why he was a different type of dictator, because it was his only power. I may not be able to do this or that or read this or read that, but I can tell y'all what to do. This is my studio. This is my time. This is my house. This is my money. This is my, so then those type of people they become very controlling because they can't control anything else. When you lose control, you'll gain it somewhere. You will. And usually, when you become a parent, you take it out on your children. But we took it out on everybody. Even like the love interest, and stuff that he had in his life. He was a very damaged person. And he to this day, he's very damaged, and hurt people. Hurt people that don't turn into the predators to me are ones that get help. Ones that get help. Yeah, 100%. They get help, and then the cycle can be avoided of them going out and doing and making certain decisions that they probably wouldn't if they knew better or got healing from what happened to them. A lot of people that don't get healing, I feel, go out here and they do it. I think that's how you break bond, or the bond, break the curse, is by seeking help, figuring out what happened to you, and figuring out that it's not your fault. Figuring those things out first. What happened? Because a lot of people don't even understand what happens to them because they don't even want to think about it. They don't talk about it. They don't do none of that. There's no healing inside of that. There's no healing. So it's a higher probability that you are going to hurt someone. And it doesn't mean because you've been immorted that you're going to go out here and do the same thing. No, not at all. But a lot of these men, because I think it's worse in men, because men is like pulling teeth to get them to talk about something like that. I think it's a little easier with a woman, with a man. So a lot of these men that are out here in DV relationships, putting their hands on women and stuff, I think it's a lot of suppressed issues. It's like if you dealt what's going on inside of you, you probably wouldn't get so mad to where you fly off the rail and now you put hands on this woman. And stuff like, if you get help, but if you're not getting that help, it's gonna come out some way. A lot of them put their hands on their children, and stuff like that, just because they haven't sought real help. So they got all this anger inside of them, and they're taking out on people that do not deserve it at all. You were here pounding on this woman when you really want to pound on the man that did this to you, or the woman that did this to you. A lot of men, when they are worried about women, worried about women, they don't look at it that way. They don't. And they wonder why they have this hatred and why they love them, will love to have sex with them, but like hate them, like hate the ground that they walk on, type of situation. So, and I think it's because a lot of people don't get help. And R. Kelly is one of those people. He never got help. He didn't. I think he's talked to people, but I don't think he's ever got help. Because to get help, you have to be honest. And not just about what people did to you, what you've done to others. You don't get to heal halfway. I'm going to heal by sitting here talking about what happened to me, but you done victimized people, but you don't want to talk about that. You're not going to heal. You're not. Because it still bothers you. Like, it's still going to bother you. You've done wrong. How can you think wrong to you that you've done to other people? Like, that's crazy. There's no healing in that. So that's how it is with, Diddy, so many others. They've never gotten the healing or will heal because they don't want to take accountability. I do believe things probably did happen to Diddy. I think that, and so on and so forth. Probably. But it does not excuse anything that they have done. So anything that Robert put this young lady through, it does not matter that he went through things coming up. No, because you're supposed to go get help. Not take it out on the people that you love the most, especially your own fucking daughter. Like, no, it's not excuse it. It's not like, oh, well, I understand because it happened to him. No, not at all. Because what I don't get, being a victim myself, I would never want somebody to feel how I felt. I would never want to put that on someone. I know firsthand how it feels when somebody violates you. When an adult violates you. I know. So I would never want to make somebody feel like that, especially my own fucking kid. I would never want them to feel that. So that's why I truly don't get how people like him can become those type of people when you know what it's like firsthand. It's like your father or mother being absent in your life, and then you have kids and you do the same thing. Why? When you know how that feels, when you know how it feels for a parent, your father or mother, not to be there, why would you put your kid through the same thing? Because just because you handled it well, it may not mean they may have a whole nother road. A whole nother road. So you truly know what this means. Kelly knew how he felt, how disgusting he felt, and ashamed how he, So why put that on your kid? Why? See, people that get help become overprotective over their children, like me. I don't like people. Still to this day, my family be saying, yeah, my kid, myself, and my kid's mother, that we're selfish when it comes to our kids because we don't give our kids to nobody. We don't. We don't. They don't spend a night at nobody's house unless it's a close friend and they got to stay close by. Because it's a lower probability of your kids going to hang out at their friend's house and nothing happening to them than in your own family. Yeah. If, God forbid, something happened to my kid at a friend's house, my kid is going to be more prone to tell me than if a family member did it. If a family member did, that's something they might damn near take to their grave. Just because it's family. It's so many layers, But if it's a stranger or someone that they don't really know, it's a higher probability that they'll say something, just because, one, they don't have to deal with that person. They don't have to go back there. When it's a family member, they see person all the time. They see them all the time. So, and it's a higher percentage that it'll happen in your own family than it will a stranger, because strangers don't get, your family has access to you. These strangers don't. So I don't, I, me healing made me like super overprotective for my kids. I don't want to leave them with nobody. My kids' mom and I, we work opposite shifts, all of that. So, we didn't mind them visiting. Like, I'll take them over to my mom's house and, leave them over there for like an hour or two. I'll go run, go grocery, stuff like that. And then I'll come right back and get my kids. Yeah, come on, y'all. Come on. Yeah. Sure. That's why my kids are so close. Because they, all they know is each other, dad, siblings. Like, that's their life, So we've always been like that. Always, been really overprotective over our kids. And I feel like the main reason I am is because of what happened to me. I don't want nothing to happen to them. And I know that I'm not going to hurt them. But their mom isn't going to hurt them. That's why they're going to be one of us. Because we ain't going to hurt y'all. Like, we got y'all best interest. All we want y'all to be is happy and healthy. We don't want nothing else for y'all. So, yeah, it makes you become more protective over your children. But when you haven't sought that help, you're like an empty vessel. That's why it's hard to explain. It's like you're like an empty vessel, But yeah, I just think it's important that she gets help, Joanne. Sending prayers and positive energy out to her. No one deserves this. I can imagine how afraid she was. I mean, this is your father. This is no easy conversation. It's really not. And I think it's necessary for her to get her truth out there because it's healing. It really is healing, to be able to say, because I think a lot of people think that she does not deal with her father because of these allegations and stuff, and things that he's been charged with. Her coming forward like, no, I don't deal with him because of what he did to me. Whole nother level. Whole nother level. Whole nother level. So I'm glad that she came forward and told her. So yeah, shout out to her. And I will be watching the whole thing and giving y'all my feedback on what I thought about what I watched. But until then, we are over 500 likes. Let's get into, shout out to y'all. And sorry, these topics can be hard to discuss, how to keep it in a positive tone when discussing them. And because these situations are tough, they're tough, situations to talk about. So yeah, moving right along. So Jodeci's Devonte Swing. Let's get into this. So yesterday we read an article about Devante facing some serious allegations in his lawsuit with Diddy. A 16-year-old, well, a woman when she was 16 years old, accused him of facilitating the essay that happened between her and Diddy, okay? And then we brought up Joy Dickerson Neal. Joy Dickerson Neal was a video girl back in the day that was a Howard University student and was also really close friends with Devante. She said that, hold on, let me pull up what she said right. On January 3rd, 1991, Miss Dickerson Neal claims that Diddy spiked her drink while she was in the restroom at Wells Restaurant in Harlem. After leaving the restaurant, she asserts that he transported her to other locations, a recording studio and his home. There, according to her lawsuit, he subjected her to SA, resulting in severe pelvic pain. Traumatized, she alleges that she chose not to seek medical attention or report the incident to police. This is a very common response of victim survivors of SA. In fact, our word is the most underreported crime, with 63% of victim survivors never filing a report. According to her lawsuit, she withdrew into self-isolation at her home. When she felt safe and able, Miss Dickerson Neal says she confided in her best friend the alleged R-word. The allegations in Miss Dickerson's lawsuit bear notable similarities to Mrs. Ventura's. Okay, yeah, moving right along. Okay, soon after the alleged R-word, Miss Dickerson claims to have discovered that Diddy had secretly recorded the incident without her knowledge or consent. Devonte Swing, a mutual friend, allegedly told her that Diddy showed him the tape. When she inquired who else had seen the footage, Devonte responded, everyone. Devonte purportedly said he wished to take a stand against Diddy, but his fear that his band Jodeci might lose their record deal stopped him. which is crazy. Okay, so this is two different lawsuits that Devonte has been listed in with Diddy. So let's get into Jodeci, since he said he didn't want to lose that, and a lot of people don't know exactly who he is. So let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about Jodeci, and in the process of talking about Jodeci, I'm gonna up some other stuff as we dive into what's going on in the title. So we're gonna get into Missy and whatnot, but we gotta start with Jodeci. I believe in starting at the beginning and then moving on. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit like. The beginning of Jodeci. Jodeci came together as a group in the early 1990s, emerging out of Charlotte, North Carolina. The group members consisted of the brothers Casey and JoJo Haley, Devonte Swing, whom was looking for work as a producer, and Dalvin the Great. What come across as a surprise to many whom are familiar with Jodeci's raunchy material is that these four inspiring singers started off as gospel singers for Pentecostal Church in Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out to Gail. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you for being a continuous member. I really appreciate it. They originally pursued the gospel route. They released gospel songs and albums as Little Cedric and the Haley Singers. Dalvin's father was a minister, so there was always a mutual interest of pursuing music. Devante, from Charlotte, North Carolina, at the age of 16, ran away to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minnesota. I'm sorry, I was getting a phone call. To Minneapolis, Minnesota, in hopes to work for Prince. Okay, so Devonte actually ran away from Charlotte and drove here to where I live at in Minnesota, in hopes of working with Prince, because Prince was his like icon. Like, okay, he like worshipped the ground that Prince walked on. So he came here. Prince, well, okay. Prince turned him down, and it hurt his feelings for a bit, but that didn't stop his ambition as he returned to Charlotte to revamp his craft. JoJo recorded a song with him, which brought along Key and Dalvin shortly, thus forming the group Jodeci was born, and the four started on their journey for success. So when Dalvin actually came here and ran away to Minnesota, he met some white girls. These white girls that he was sleeping with, their father liked him. So the father let him drive his, what was it, a Mustang, I think it was? A Mustang, and he drove it to Paisley Park, where Prince lived. So he was begging to speak to Prince, and he was not leaving. Like he said, he's like, I'm not leaving until I talk to Prince. Shout out to Gail Grimes. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for the sticker. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Gail. Thank you, sweetheart. So he said he was not leaving until actually, let me pull that up so y'all don't think, because the girls, because I'm so smart. The girls be thinking I'd be just like making stuff up. So hold on, let me go pull that up, girl. Let me go pull that up, girl. Y'all, they just be me in that we actually do our research. Hold on. So this was a Vibe interview that Dalvin had did back in the Dizzle. Hold on. Okay, no, we're going too far. We need to get up to right here. So Devonte, I was 16. I ran away from home and went to Minneapolis to get a job with Prince. Casey and JoJo and them was like, if you make it with Prince, don't forget about us. When I got to Minneapolis, I hooked up with two white girls who had this gold Mustang their father let me drive. I was up at Paisley, which was Prince's house, his mansion here. I was up at Paisley Park every day begging for a job, asking people to listen to my tape. The receptionist kept saying she couldn't help me. I wasn't going to leave until they put me on. Silk, Shy, UNV, Devonte chuckles. Put that in there, that I laughed. They're just jokes. There are only two powers, us and Boys to Men. Anybody that comes after us has to be classified as like one or the other. Boys to Men have been cast as the pop boy wonders, and Jodeci as the magnetic, pumping, bluesy bad boys. To Puffy, though, it's all about Jodeci. No group can compare to them, not even Boys to Men. Boys to Men have more of a mass appeal, but Jodeci is straight up black, straight chicken and grits. Um, Boys to Men is a salad and a veggie platter, but it's all good food. And so again, he went up there to meet Prince, and that's what that were. Okay, he met these two white girls. They daddy liked him, let him out of car. He drove up there every single day until finally he got his music to Prince, but Prince declined. Okay, hold on, does that say that in here too? Hold on. Does that say, or is that another interview? Because he said that he did end up finally getting his music, and Prince passed. Prince was like, yeah. Prince was like, no, no. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. Prince said, no, not at all. But let's keep going. So let's go back to the Jodeci thing. Okay. Prince turned him down and it hurt his feelings for a bit, but it didn't stop his ambition as he returned to Charlotte to revamp his craft. JoJo recorded a song with him which he brought along Casey and Dalvin, thus forming the group Jodeci was born, and the four started on their journey for success. Signing with Uptown Records and recording Forever My Lady. Now this is very important, so we're gonna get into this. The group knew that in order to find success, they had to go outside of North Carolina. New York was where opportunities were endless and their best chance of being signed to a label. The group took their 29 recorded demo songs and took a grueling drove up to New York City to shop record labels. Things didn't turn out as planned because they were rejected by almost every label executive. They had recorded the album over and over and tried to submit it to them to no avail. This wasn't until Sean Combs, known as Puff Daddy, started giving them guidance on song direction and took the talent trio under his wing. This is when this was first opportunity to really make it big, and he saw a serious diamonds in the rough. Puffy was the type of A&R that the group needed. He was hungry and he was aggressive, and he knew Jodeci had superstar potential. He started pushing them for the release of Gotta Love and was facing the risk of being terminated by Andre Harrell if the video and song didn't take off. So Andre Harrell wanted nothing to do with Jodeci. He's like, look at here, since you're going to go against what I said, motherfuckers better pop or you fired, diddler. So he basically was putting his reputation and job on the line for Jodeci. This is how you know him and Devante were sleeping together allegedly. Because why would you do all that for them? Puffy took a 100% control of direction of the single. It wasn't dancing in the rain, directing the video himself, or even shooting a site video for Stay, which would be the group's potential next single. The interesting aspect about the creative process of the single Forever My Lady was that it wasn't even supposed to be a single. Side note, why would Forever My Lady be a single? That was I'll Be Sure's song. I'll Be Sure was in a relationship with Kim Porter at the time, right? They had just had a baby, which was Quincy, fine, okay? They had Quincy, and he had wrote that song for them. And I'll Be Sure was working with Diddy at the time. Okay, I'll Be Sure he was the new sound at that point in time. Nothing was bigger than I'll Be Sure at that point. And Jodeci and them were coming out like around the time where I'll Be Sure had really like popped. So everybody was trying to work with I'll Be Sure and find the next I'll Be Sure. Although he was only one album in, and but everybody was all over it, like, because they really wanted this whole I'll Be Sure, because he was like a heartthrob, and I mean, I'll Be Sure was doing big things. So he wrote the song Forever My Lady, and it was for Kim Porter, okay? Now, at this point in time, Diddy was being the fake that he is. Hi, the Fish Campaign, I love you, friend. Get over there and subscribe to the Fish Campaign, I love you, friend. So, him being the fake that he is, he took the song Forever My Lady from I'll Be Sure. Now, Jodeci, Casey, Dav, and Autumn, they were all cool with I'll Be Sure. And they all knew Kim Porter, right? So let's keep going so we can add more context to this. It says, Forever My Lady wasn't even supposed to have been a single. It was actually an interlude which transformed into a song. The controversy about the song at the time was the opening of Forever My Lady, where Casey sung You're Having My Baby, which drew concern because they were pretty much teenagers at the time. Written by I'll Be Sure, KC felt uncomfortable in singing it. Devante resented it, but made sense business wise to go with it, and it became a smash hit the group needed. So the song Forever My Lady, KC did not feel comfortable singing the song. Why do y'all think that is? He didn't feel comfortable singing the song because he knew the song belonged to I'll Be Sure. He was cool with I'll Be Sure. The whole group, Jodeci, was cool with him. They liked him. And they knew he was with Kim. They knew. So why would we sing this song? And then I'll Be Sure at the time, a little bit older than them. So they talking about some, so you're having my baby. It's like, ew, aren't you like 12? You know, like, aren't you like 12? Aren't you like 15? Like, what do you mean, such little bat? So, yes. So, that's what that word. And this is when you can tell when Diddy has always been evil, because he stole the song from I'll Be Sure. He just took it from him and gave it to Jodeci, because he didn't want I'll Be Sure singing that song to Porter. Girl. Diddy didn't I'll Be Sure singing that song to Kim Porter. Took that man's song and gave it to them. Like, yeah, y'all sing this, because he ain't singing it to her. No, no, no. June Tor says Diddy was a hater. Here's the thing. I don't think Diddy was hating because of Kim Porter. I think Diddy was because he liked I'll Be Sure. I think Diddy had a crush on I'll Be Sure. Diddy was trying to get Kim and Albie. I don't think he was just trying to get Kim Porter. I think where the energy came is Diddy canceled I'll Be Sure. Diddy canceled him. Correct. Diddy made it so that I'll Be Sure tanked. I'll Be Sure was the biggest thing to come out in the late 80s. He was like, because I wasn't born yet. I'm still young. I'm a young ass, okay? I wasn't born yet, or just born, bro. Like one, maybe like 6 months, and like still half a virgin. So he was like one of the biggest things, like, you know? And then it was crazy how he went from being I'll Be Sure to just nobody. To just no one. I always wondered, like, how did that happen? Because he was like the sound of New Jack Swing. It's like he was one of the pioneers of the sound. And you had people with jackets and yes. I mean, his fans went crazy for him. Like, it was like mania when I'll Be Sure was anywhere. And he had a unibrow. And people loved him. Like, I mean, he was so loved. Like, that voice, he loved. He was. And then it was just like overnight, he was just kind of just like gone. It's like, but what happened to Al B? You know? Because when my mom first started playing me his music, I'm like, okay, you know, I get a little whiny. God, you're whiny today, Al B. You know, a little piece of whiny, little piece. But I can get into this. I'm like, okay, this is not bad, you know? But I'm like, I used to come in the room like, Mom, Who is this? Turn this down. My God. It's like, girl. I did. I used to come in. Girl. Hurt my little young ears, girl. Got your damn nerve. I was just like, look here. Because all I hear was night and day and moaning. It's like, oh my goodness. Orgasm with a B behind it. Because what is this, mother? But she loved her some Albie Shore. She loved him. Like, she was like obsessed. She loved him. Okay? And then he kind of just like disappeared. I believe Diddy blackballed him. I do. I think Diddy did everything in his power to make it so that nobody would work with him, so that no labels would deal with him, because he was so fresh, you know, and new and created a whole new sound, you know. And it's like, what happened to him? He was destined for megastardom, and it's like he just tanked. And then it's like, but there was no reason behind it. It's like, well, why though? You know, I really do. I think that once he tried to get Albie Shore, and Albie Shore said, cover my titties. I just came to dance for y'all. And that's it. Junior, where the rest of the dancers at? No. Diddy, where the rest of the dancers at? Because Albie said, look, I am straight. I've been straight since I was an embryo. Now look at here. Okay. Like that. He didn't like that. So he's like, okay, well, since I can't have you, I'm gonna take your girl. Take that. I'm gonna take your girl. And then he thought that would work. He thought like, oh, okay, because then, you know, he take my girl, and then I want my girl, so I'm gonna come back over here and get my girl. So Diddy was like, look, it's either me and Kim or nothing. I'll be sure said nothing. Nothing. And I think that he hated him ever since. I think Diddy hated him ever since. You know how narcissists are when you tell them no, be careful. Be careful telling narcissists no. Like, because it will not end well for you. Don't let them have nothing over you, because they're using it. They're using it, and they're using it immediately. You know, so I think that really I do. I think that since he could not have Albie Shore, because what was the point of him like blackballing Albie Shore and all of that? So he got the girl. If it was truly about Kim, you got her. You even got his son. You won. At the end of the day, if this was a war, you won. Why all of this extra stuff? Why? For what? Why did Kim go with Diddy in the first place? She didn't. He had her like, come on. He didn't. She didn't. He saw her in the studio and took her out. He saw Kim in the studio, put her, come on. And give me that bit too. Come on. Let's go. No, we go together now. I got a place for you, all of that, lead like all that stuff. Just come on. So, yeah. I don't feel like she had an option. I think Kim Porter, it's just like Cassie. Cassie was not an option to be with him. Cassie said from day one, she did not find him attractive, and that was her boss. That is how she looked at him. He tricked her into coming with him, spiked her drink, all that stuff, made her take all the like, he did all of that. She did not choose to be with him. She wanted to be with Ryan Leslie, who she was with when she met him. And it was the same thing with Kim. Kim, I'll be sure. They were happy. They just had a baby. He got her in all his videos, stuff like that. Do you know how angry my mom was? I can't. My mom ever would have seen Kim. If she ever would have seen her. Yeah. Correct. Correct. Yeah. If my mom would have ever laid eyes on Kim Porter, you know how angry his fans were when he was with her? They were livid. They saw, I know he didn't. And then you gonna have to in the video? Just right in front of me? For real? That's how that went, girl. My mom was pissed. Okay? She still can't watch that video to this day. Correct. Correct. And that's what they were. So, yeah. So no, I don't think that Kim wanted to be with Diddy. She wanted who she was with. Think about it. And even then, back in the 90s, or even, yeah, 90s, I'll Be Sure, 80s, I'll Be Sure or Diddy. Which one? If you had the opportunity back in the 80s, today, I'll Be Sure or Diddy, which one are you dating? So, do you really think that Kim Porter, because he wasn't like rich yet, you know, he was on the way, but he wasn't there yet. I'm pretty sure, right? I see the majority of y'all would have been with I'll Be Sure. So think about Kim's, beautiful as she was. She chose Al. She did. And then I feel like forced her out of that relationship deliberately. Yeah. All because he couldn't get his way with I'll Be Sure. I feel like I'll Be Sure was the target. I don't feel like it was Kim Porter. I don't feel like I feel like he could have really cared less about her. I think his target was Al B. So I don't feel like Diddy wanted to sleep with Ryan Leslie because Ryan Leslie is a lot of things, but attractive is just not one of them. And so so yeah, I think that Diddy wanted Cassie in the Ryan situation. I really don't feel like Diddy wanted Ryan. But I feel like he would have wanted Al B. Sure. Ryan or Al B. Time in for Al B. He's very cute, very handsome. So yeah. But this is when he was stealing from Al B. Sure, and so he's just effing people over in the process. Stay was another interesting single because it wasn't even a Jodeci song. It was a song written for I'll Be Sure. The song Stay was written for I'll Be Sure. Stay, yes, I said again, no problem. Stay was another interesting single because it wasn't even a Jodeci song. It was a song written for I'll Be Sure. Diddy was doing everything in his power to make it so that I'll Be Sure did not make it. That's why I think he wanted him. Because he didn't have anything on I'll Be Sure. Now, if he had something on I'll Be Sure, I think he would have tried to blackmail him, you know, and stuff like that for him to beat him because he wanted I'll Be Sure. And I think I'll Be Sure just kept saying no. And I think I'll Be Sure was fighting to get Kim back. And Diddy was not having it. I think that really broke I'll Be Sure's heart when he took him from him because it wasn't their decision. And I feel like he knew that Kim's back was against the wall. It wasn't much she could do because there was no protection. And how Diddy is threat, you know. So I think back was against the wall, and I think Diddy did everything in his power to make it so that I'll Be Sure fell off, so that nobody would work with him. Make sure any hit song that came on his desk for Al B. Sure, because if Al B. Sure was compliant and what Diddy wanted him to do, whatever that request may have been, then I think Diddy would have made sure that Al B. Sure got all the songs, even allowed him to sing Forever My Lady, would have gave him the song Stay. Girl. But he didn't want it, so Devonte changed the whole entire sound of the track and added the rest of the group on and rearranged the track. I'm sure also has a version titled Stay on his second album, but he also wanted to keep the track Touch You so it wouldn't be no confusion among the releases. Come and Talk to Me and I'm Still Waiting were more sexually charged and officially the group over into mainstream. Now Stay, I love that song. I love the song Stay. And I love the song Come Back to Me. I love that song. Ooh, yeah. I love that song, girl. Ooh. And I'm a girl. So Diary of a Mad- okay, so Jodeci started working on their second album titled Diary of a Mad Band. After the success of Forever My Lady started to wane, it grew more anticipation. Devante started to become more of a hermit in the studio as the pressure to excel expectations grew much bigger than previous. He knew the group needed new sounds and new creative energy, so he recruited superstars whom were the unknowns Missy Elliott and Timbaland for direction. From January 1993 to August 1993, the camp worked extremely hard at creating Diary of a Mad, resulting in close to 96 tracks. 20 of them were keyboards, and another 20 of them were background vocals. So that was really most of Jodeci's sound: keyboards, background vocals, and really loud drums, which is true. The direction of Diary of a Mad Band was more experimentation. The upbeat New Jack Swing sound of I'll Be Sure was obsolete and more replaced with updated pop sounds like you can hear. Yeah, we can. So the group also found that perfect balance of balancing sexual grooves with grown and sexy love ballads, which showed the group's sensitive side as well. The tracks such as Cry, ooh, that's my song, yeah. That's my girl, that is my shit, girl, that is my song, girl. I love that song, girl. Cry for You, I love that song. I love that song. It's really JoJo. Oh, JoJo and that song, oh God, I just love that song. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. I love like all of Jodeci's music, but Cry for You and Stay and Come on, great songs, great songs, great songs, great songs. Okay. Okay, My Heart Belongs to You and What About Us were sultry enough for audiences who loved neo soul and more clean cut R&B styles. Now we're gonna switch into Missy Elliott now that she's been introduced. Let's switch into that. So if you type in, just out of boredom, right? If you type in Devonte Swing was mean to Missy Elliott, if you go over Google and type this in right now, the AI overview will say Devonte Swing was a musician who helped Missy Elliott's song Freaking Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Missy Elliott was previously a member of Swing Mob label, along with other artists like Genuine and Timbaland and Magoo. The label dissolved in 1995 after some artists left to pursue other careers and others felt they were being unpromoted or mismanaged. Now, that wasn't the only thing, okay? Because allegedly, artists left because he was abusing them and physically doing so. Let's get into that. Swing Mob, all right? Which was his label. Swing Mob, the Basement Crew, was a loosely knit musical collective consisting of artists and record labels first discovered by Jodeci member Devonte Swing in 1991. The artists on Swing Mob included Missy Elliott with the group Sister, Timbaland, Magoo, Rewind, Static Major, and the rest of Player, Daryl Pearson, Funny Mike Jackson, Tweet with the group Sugar, Magic, Jimmy Douglas, Stevie J, Maja Max, Renee Anderson, Bizarre Royal, Chad Dr. Seuss Elliott, among others. Although the group's full membership has never been documented comprehensively, a list of some known artists at Swing Mob at the time of the group's activity can be found in the liner notes of Jodeci's third studio album, The Show, The After Party, The Hotel. In the early 1990s, Devonte decided to assemble a large crew of rappers and singers, instrumentalists, and producers to sign to his Swing Mob label and collaborate with. He auditioned many local groups and acts. The performers met in Swing's studio in Rochester. Now, this is where he moved Missy Elliott and her group members of Sister to, and others like Timbaland, when he flew them there to be there. A location that inspired the moniker The Basement Crew. The group brainstormed and recorded music together in Swing's studio, ultimately aiming to produce a VHS compilation project that could market the group members and record labels. Acts were recruited into the Basement Crew included Jodeci and other R&B groups, Phase, which was a group Missy Elliott was in, Playa, the rap group duo Timbaland and Magoo, rap group Sugar, which members included the famous singer Tweet, rock star Bizarre Royale, solo underground rappers Mr. Brindle and Ascension, solo female rapper Reebok, and singer Genuine. Swing Mob also recruited record producers and auto engineers such as Jimmy Douglas and Stevie J. Okay, so I'm putting this together. I'm going to get into Stevie J after this. During this time, Swing also met Rochester School of Artists graduate Renee Anderson through Paul Boulay, a prominent figure in the Rochester gospel scene, producer Reginald Moore, and Dave Shoemaker. Anderson was a member of Colors, a local R&B group at the time. Moore played Anderson's demo for Swing backstage during an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and Swing then flew back to Rochester to meet Anderson, agreeing to produce her whole album. From 1993 to 1995, the collective crew released multiple collaborative EPs, though many of them were commercially unsuccessful. In 1994, Sista, which was Missy Elliott's group, released its sole album, For All the Sisters Around the World. This album received positive reviews, but was shelved due to lack of commercial success. Swing Mob members also featured on the film track during this period, with their music appearing in titles such as Above the Rim and Dangerous Minds. Swing Mob label dissolved in 1995. Artists such as Missy Elliott, who had been a member of Sista, Timbaland and Magoo, and Genuine had began to leave the group and pursue musical careers elsewhere. And the other artists from the collective stated they felt Swing was underpromoting and mismanaging them. Smoke E. Digla, a player, has stated that the artists were forced to choose whether they wanted to sign to Def Jam or through Swing Mob instead, weakening some acts' loyalty to Swing Mob brand. Since the disbandment of the collective, Swing has also been accused of physically abusive behavior towards his artist. Okay, this was in 1995. Okay. Stevie J has described an incident in which purportedly Swing, Devante, purportedly entered the studio with his aunt and began slapping artist, a situation which developed into an all-out brawl. Girl. And let's get into that. Let's get into who are these artists that he came in and slapped. Who he coming in and slapped? Now, y'all know Stevie J worked there, okay? Stevie J recalls brutal brawl with KC after Devonte smacked Missy Elliott. CJ once shared the tale of how he had came to blows with Casey after producer singer Devonte Swing of Jodeci smacked the hell out of Missy Elliott, Timbaland, and Genuine. Rewind to the 90s, back to the height of Stevie's super producer days when he worked with Missy Elliott, Jodeci, Genuine Tweet, Timbaland, and others who were part of Devonte Swing's Mob label. Okay, and we just read what Mob label was, who was all there. They even worked with Aaliyah too. Like some Up Jumps the Beat, all of that with Magoo and them, Aaliyah was on the track, she was in the video. Also the what's the name from Playa, he wrote a lot of songs for Aaliyah back in the day. So yeah. So in a 2017 interview with Drink Champ, Stevie J recounted the brutal fist fight he had in a recording studio one night with KC of Jodeci, Devontae's cousin and his bodyguard. The folks over at One Love Old School Music shared some highlights from the fight as detailed by Stevie J in the YouTube clip above. So there are people backing that, yeah, they're like, yeah, that did happen. Devontae did come in and he did. Now, from what I'm gathering, the reason why he did that is because Missy, Timbaland, and Magoo became their own force to be reckoned with, right? And he heard that they were leaving. And Missy, she did, end up, they all ended up leaving. And he, I guess, didn't like that Missy was blowing up and Timbaland was blowing up. Because Aaliyah wasn't working with Devonte. She wasn't. But when Aaliyah came and like chilled them, her, Missy, Timbaland, Genuine, all of them, they ended up getting along so well and liking each other so much that when Aaliyah came out with her next project, which was the One in a Million album, I believe, the One in a Million album, her second album, she worked with Timbaland and Missy. She did not work with Devonte. Okay, after she had this huge success after AJ and Nothing Mother, she was coming to do her sophomore project, and she didn't want to work with Devonte. She just wanted to work with Missy and Timbaland. And Devonte did not like that. No, he did not. So he came in apparently just because they were blown up. Missy and Timbaland were blown up and they weren't signed to him because, again, Def Jam was the sister company to what is this called, Swing Mob. So the artists had a choice. They could sign to Swing Mob, which was signing to Devonte, or they could sign to Def Jam. Def Jam was actually getting their artists on the map. Devonte was doing as such. The artists that he did have, including Missy Elliott and her group's sister, it wasn't that they weren't a great group. They were great. It was just they were underpromoted. They weren't being managed correctly. So the label did not want to back the album coming out, so they shelved it. But that was on his label, on Swing Mob. So when Missy, like the others, decided to sign with Def Jam instead, a company that actually has money behind it, he started getting jealous and salty with the artist because he felt like they were abandoning them. Well, they had options. They could either sign directly with you or they could sign with Def Jam, and you gave them the option. So you get mad at them because it's like a trick question. It's like your girl walks in and she's like, do I look fat in this? It's just like, don't answer that. It's just like, you're like, don't answer that. It's like a trick question. It's like, oh, I'm giving you an option, but you already know who to choose. So that's what that were. So he was basically like tricking them into signing with him, but wasn't doing what he needed to do. So they ended up leaving naturally, like what people do, naturally. They ended up leaving and, going to work with artists and labels that actually would F him, right? So, but he allegedly went into the studio and slapped the spit out of Missy's mouth. Literally. What gives him the right to feel like he could put his hands on that woman? Okay? Literally one of them slapped that woman out the chair. And since Timbaland then went to defend her, he already had a problem with him anyway. He slapped him too, then it was just a big brawl, in there. You got all of these men fighting on top of this woman, Missy Elliott. She the only female in there, all jawed, like lions, attacking each other and all of that. It was crazy. Crazy. So, yeah, but let's get into. Do I have it? Okay. Okay, do I have, oh, hold on. Let me pull this up so we can get into the Suge Knight piece. Okay. Okay. So what was his name? The other one, Dalvin. So Dalvin came forward. Now, if y'all don't know, let me pull this up. Um, okay. Oh, I think I already have it. Yeah. Sorry. I just need to scroll down because just about Jodeci thing is like crazy long. Okay. Okay. So Devonte is a stranger into getting accused of these things. Now let's get into this part. While Casey was battling his own intimate problems, this is back to the like legacy of Jodeci. While Casey was battling his own intimate problems, there was also a lot of increased drinking, as well as JoJo, whom both have a history of alcoholism that runs into lean. The group would also run into some serious controversy when Devante AC were accused of R-wording a female fan. This was in the 90s. Devante is no stranger to these allegations. No stranger, okay? Again, Devante and KC were accused of R-wording a female fan, but it was later thrown out of the window due to misrepresentation of evidence. So it wasn't that it didn't happen. It was just that the evidence got up. The group was clearly influenced by their new industry peers, mainly Suge Knight and Rowe. Okay, because he was Devonte and them jumped ship, from Diddy. Because Diddy and Suge and I were mortal enemies, still are to this day. Why would Devonte go with Suge Knight at all? Because he even produced for Tupac, Devonte. Why go work for him at all? I'm like, how? Well, how does that work? Because they hate each other. So they're just fine with you want to work with Suge, as controlling as Diddy is? Because Suge wanted everything that Diddy had. Suge even tried to get Biggie to leave Bad Boy and come to Death Row back in the day. So he wanted everything. Anything he could do to piss Diddy off, he would do it. 100%. So if I could steal your artist or buy your artist out from you and all that, I'm going to do that. Okay? Mainly working with Suge now, okay. And started to act out more publicly. Shortly, they found guilty of GUN charges, but were reduced to community service. Despite the troubles, it didn't slow the group's popularity down one bit as they continued to get work throughout the industry, and Devonte continued to be in high demand for work. The 1993 robbery, affiliation with Death Row and the show, The After Party and Hotel, okay? So this is where it comes into where allegedly Suge Knight R-worded Devonte. The home invasion attack on Devonte Swing in the summer of 1993 has been the heavy topic of questioning for many years. Many even put the blame on Suge Knight for possibly orchestrating the attack. But what happened that night literally changed Devonte's life forever, and he clearly was never the same person. Again, I want to read you that again. But whatever happened that night literally changed Devonte's life forever, and clearly he was clearly never the same person. Intruders broke into Devonte's home in New Jersey and robbed him at GUN Point for $20,000 worth of jewelry, along with a pistol whipping and assaulting him. Assaulting him. Rumors even went as far to claim that he was even sodomized. Yeah. During the attack. It's clearly something occurred during this event because he was traumatized, and his erratic behavior since the incident would show signs of that. It seems that he wanted to showcase his masculinity to hide his harsh reality. Let me pull up what Devonte said in the interview with Vibe. Hold on. Wait, there's more. There's more. Let me pull this interview up. Hold on. He said, because he says in his own words, like, what happened? I'm like, oh my God, like, that sounds crazy. What did Devonte say about what happened to him in this interview? We going to please hit the like, please tap the like, double tap the screen if you have not already. 900 people and 711 likes. Thank you, everyone who has tapped the screen. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, right here. Devonte knows about betrayal and violation. Violation. In the spring of 1993, robbers broke into his house and stole $160,000 worth of jewelry and clothes. They had a GUN in my mouth and one to the back of my head, he said easily, talking about, kill him. I sleep lighter now. Ish made me want to F a nina up. I'm in trouble for GUNs, but you won't catch not packing. Devonte seems to make no connection between his own pain and any pain he may or may not have inflicted on others. I'm a regular effer. He in his okay. He is his out description of himself. I shop at malls in New Jersey. I rent videos. I hang my minutes, play cards. Might come up with a dope song like that. So rumor has it that Suge Knight orchestrated the assault that happened on him. But allegedly Suge was there. Right, King, right. King Smith, right. But so allegedly Suge Knight was there, and he is the one who amized. He's the one who like did it. But Dalvin in the group Jodeci says that, oh, Suge Knight had nothing to do with the bullshit. Because from what I've gathered, Devonte has never said that. Never. But everybody said that that day, Devonte up. And the condition that he was found in. The condition that he was found because he was pistol whipped. Like, whipped with the weapon. So he wasn't conscious when he was found. If you pay attention to the Notorious movie, Suge Knight had took a pool stick and whatnot and stuck it up, you know. One of the people that had owed him, that was alleged Devonte. But it just wasn't in the scenario of what allegedly happened. What allegedly happened is Devonte was supposed to be basically Suge's property. Okay, he was working for Suge, producing for Suge and Pro and whatnot. Then he was trying to go home to Daddy, to Diddy. Okay, of course, Diddy and Suge hate each other. So there's going to be some bad blood with this. This isn't going to end well. And it didn't. It didn't. Allegedly, Suge went over there with his goons, had his goons hold Devonte down, and they hurt him. Allegedly, is that what happened to him? Everybody, including the group members, said, we don't exactly know what happened to him, but from what the dudes was saying, what was going around is that they sodomized him. Like, and it wasn't just Suge. It wasn't just him. It was three people there. The two people that held him down, and even the most he'll state is what they did, like he says here. Devonte knows about betrayal. In the spring of 1993, robbers broke into his house and stole $160,000 worth of clothes. Devonte's quote, they had a GUN in my mouth and one to the back of my head. That's the most he'll say. Crazy. Crazy. That is insane. If they had a weapon in his mouth and one to the back of his head, it's not going to be much a person is requesting from you that you say no to. What are you going to say no to? You got a weapon in your mouth. You got one to the back of your head. They done already beat you. Crazy. Crazy. So allegedly with Suge. Suge. And I've heard, and I can read y'all others about Suge doing this to other people too. It's not just Devonte. It's either artists that were on death row that said that Suge did things to them. Females and males. It was weird that he was speaking on Diddy at all. I'm like, shut up, Mr. Never Out. Like, you got your nerve. Shut the fuck up. Mr. Never Getting Out of Prison. You should be the last person anybody's requesting from, like, crazy. But yeah. So allegedly that happened to him. Let's talk about Danny Boy. I'm going to be doing a celebrity dark story on Coffee, and we're going to get more into this because there's a lot I can't say on here. But I will give y'all all of the deets. What this, because girl, let me see. Just give y'all a little taste. Let me just give y'all a little taste, girl. Let me give y'all a little taste. Hold on. I love a little piece. Devonte was being R-worded and beaten with a bat in his home by Suge Knight and his homies because he didn't want to work with Suge anymore. Suge did a lot of things to his own artist. Suge is ruthless. Girl. This is how, and I have other tea too, because I'm just reading y'all in. This is what we're gonna get into this on Coffee. This is how I started putting two and two together. Like, oh, okay, well, obviously Suge was there. Suge had everything to do with this, you know. And then it's rumored that he is the one who actually did it. The rumor was going around first that Suge sent people to hurt Devonte, but then the truth came out that not only did he send was with him and with them, and Devonte did confide in someone about what happened to him. Now let's cross over to Joy Dickerson, the one who was, let me pull her up, the one who was Devonte's friend. Okay, and she was R-worded by Diddy. Okay, right. Right here. Soon after her alleged R-wording, Ms. Dickerson claims to have discovered that Diddy had secretly recorded the incident without her knowledge or consent. Devonte Swing, a mutual friend, allegedly told her that Diddy had shown him the tape. When she inquired who else had seen the footage, Devonte responded, everyone. Devonte purportedly said he wished to take a stand against Diddy, but feared that his band Jodeci might lose their record deal and stopped him. Shout out to Sweet. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for the stupid sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. So yes, so it says she claims Devonte willing to ignore. Okay, yeah. So she says Devonte was willing to ignore that Diddy allegedly R-worded her and victimized her. But here's the thing: if this happened to him and he didn't get any resolve, why would he think that you would? So that makes you think about it a little different when you're hearing like, oh well, no, he just let that happen to her. He saw that. When you actually go do your research, it's like, oh, okay, well, this happened to him. He was brutalized, and R-worded himself by multiple people, and nothing was done about it. Nothing. So maybe he truly does feel like nothing will happen. It don't matter. We can go tell whoever we want to tell. It's like, if I do say something, he gonna take everybody down, including my group, if I do something. So, because he had already been, hold on, because this was, yes. So this was in the early 90s. Correct. But I think it's other people that, what happened to, because I feel like maybe that was his karma is what, and I'm not saying him being hurt was his karma. I'm saying like 1991, your homegirl, you knew she had got R-word and whatnot, you did nothing about it and said, I'm not about to risk my, basically career on coming forward for you when nothing's going to be done. Like we're all just going to lose. And then it happens to him. It's like, well, wouldn't you have wanted someone to be there for you? I think that's why he stayed so quiet about it. Because it's just like the audacity. All of these people done seen get R-worded and, all of this stuff. Done even set some up myself. Allegedly, this girl was saying she was 16 and he had temporary, like, guardianship over her and gave her to Diddy for his, sexual gratification, whatever he wanted to do to the girl. So, I mean, it's a tangled web. It's definitely a tangled web, 100%. 100%. So it's like, yeah, Kathleen, yeah, it's crazy. It absolutely is. Okay, well, I have been here an hour and a half. Thank you guys so much. For the super stickers and all this stuff. This is where I'm going to cut it here. We're going to be going live in about, because I know y'all like to do them around like 5. So we'll probably be going live on Coffee in like an hour here. We'll be live on Coffee, and I did for that show, put all the information together because there is a lot. And a lot of it I just cannot say on YouTube. Like, they won't allow it. They'll just remove the video or demonetize the video or make me edit video. Hold on. There's also... Okay, so the member in Jodeci was also sleeping with some of the girls in the basement. Casey slept with Missy Elliott. We're going to get into that team. Allegedly, they were saying that it's a tangled web. It's a tangled web. They're saying that he always been like a little Diddy. What he tell people to do, they do. And he controlled his artists, just like Diddy controlled the people on Bad Boy. He controlled it. Was it consensual? Missy is a lesbian. So I doubt it. But I will say this. I think Missy probably just did it out of being pressured. Telling her that he needed to sleep with her. Hey, Missy, go sleep with KC, type of situation. And maybe Missy didn't want to her deal or went and just did it because she didn't want to no feathers. I mean, he was already slapping a woman. Who knows what else he was doing before she got actual protection there. Like other men like Timbaland and Magoo with Protector. Here's another thing. Did y'all know Pharrell was a part of the original supergroup? Pharrell. Pharrell, Devante, and it was somebody else. Who else was it? Was another person. Was another person. Hold on. Because Pharrell worked for. Hold on, let me pull that up. I mean, this is a very tangled web. A very tangled web. Hold on. Let me get the. Yeah. After the dissolution of Swing Mob, its former artists continued to collaborate with during late 1990s. Playa, Missy Elliott, Timbaland, Magoo, Genuine, and Mad Skills would form a sequel collective called the VA Playas and Super Friends. So it was a super group, what they had back in the day. So like Aaliyah, Genuine, all of them. The founding members would add a few more members to the new roster, which included Nicole Ray. Y'all remember Nicole Ray? Eyes might not be wondering, I've got what you want, got what you want, got what you need. That was her, my girl. Nerd, N-E-R-D. Y'all remember Pharrell used to go by Nerd. The Clips, Shauna Montgomery, Sebastian, Danja Mouth, DJ Lonnie B, Tweet, and rising R&B star Aaliyah. Okay, they were a super group. So when y'all saw them back in the day, working together, they were a super group. So hold on, let me. Okay, so it says VA Players Super Friend members. So it says this is a list of all of the members that were a part of the VA Players Friends group: Missy Elliott, Aaliyah, Timbaland, Magoo, Mad Skills, Static Major, Genuine, Malice, Pusha T, Pharrell. Okay, Pharrell, Smoke E, Danja, DJ Lonnie B, Chad Hugo, Shauna Montgomery, Digital Black, Shay Haley, Tweet, Sebastian, and Nicole Ray. So the plot thickens. The plot thickens. Yes, Pusha T. Absolutely. Correct. Correct. He was a part of it as well. And so is Pharrell. He was a part of it too. He sure was. He sure was. Hold on, but there was something else that I read about Pharrell too. Because Pharrell was working with Devante. That's why he was there. He was there for Devante. Okay, it says after Swing Mob, some former Swing Mob members ultimately went on to establish their own record labels. Missy Elliott founded the Gold Mine, while Timbaland founded Mosley Music Group and the now defunct Beat Club Records. After Player broke up, member Static Major found mainstream success in writing songs for artists including Aaliyah, Try Again, Are You That Somebody, Pretty Ricky, Your Body, Lil Wayne, Lollipop. He eventually died in 2008 after complications from a medical procedure. Genuine and Timbaland, shout out to Lizzie Mack. She says, double tap the screen before we get out here. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lizzie. Love you, girl. Genuine, Timbaland, okay. But relations remain close between the former members of the Swing Mob Super Friends collectives. But yeah, Genuine and Timbaland still don't get along. They still don't F with each other. They still don't. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about Pharrell too. We're gonna add him in there when we go over the coffee. But yeah, our celebrity dark story tonight is going to be on Danny Boy and Devante, where we're gonna talk more about it and the things that people have said. I want to do one on Missy Elliott too, because she has some dark stories too about her. I want to do one on her, but we're gonna start with this. We're gonna have to look up into that. Look up into that. Okay. So it says, shaking my head at Suge having Devante R-worded. Literally, like Suge did that. I don't know what was that. That is so messed up. But T-Boz and Mary kicking ass all over Dalvin and KC. T-Boz, Mary, and Faith should have been best friends. They could have all been teaming up. Now, this comes from because allegedly, there was a girl that came out with her story that T-Boz had gave her a black eye. Because y'all remember back in the day, T-Boz dated Dalvin from Jodeci. But he was always cheating on her. Even in the TLC Crazy Sexy Cool story, when they did introduce her and Dalvin's relationship, she was always being cheated on like that, you know. But what I did know is, well, what she didn't show was that T-Boz was literally flying to places where Dalvin was beating girls up. This one girl said T-Boz beat the out of her, blacked her eye, all of that. All over Dalvin. And it was the same thing with Mary. So T-Boz and Mary J. Blige used to actually go pull up together and go fight girls. They would. They'd take a red eye together. Yes, T-Boz from TLC. They'd take a red eye together, and because both of their men were in the groups. Mary was dating KC, and T-Boz was dating Dalvin. So when they would get calls like, girl, your man in there right now here in the room. So they'll creep up on them. They'll, go to the city that they was performing in, go to their hotels, wait for them to come back from the hotel, and if they come back with the girl, and they'll go. So yeah, they said Mary and T-Boz, girl, they said they used to do it together. Like as a group. Like they'll pull up and beat up. That's what that word. So we're gonna get into that too. It's a lot. It's a lot. So y'all make sure y'all join us on coffee today. Because it's a lot. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be. I'm gonna set it up for y'all real good and sweet, and I'm gonna give y'all all the tea. But yeah, we're gonna get into all of that. I mean, Faith Evans showed y'all. I mean, even in the Notorious movie, she showed y'all. She pulled up to the hotel that Biggie was at and went in there and beat the out of Madonna. Went in there and beat the out of Madonna allegedly. But it was white. I guess it was a white woman. But she ended up. They used to all do it. But they said T-Boz got this one girl real bad. Like almost the girl. Like T-Boz was not playing over Dalvin. Do you hear me? She was not playing over her man. And Mary was not playing over KC drunk ass. So yeah, we're gonna get into all of that. Yes, KB, remember that scene? That's no T-Boz. Mary, all of them was doing that. Them women weren't playing. They got sick of that. Them women was not playing. Yes. So we're going to get into all of that. So y'all make sure y'all come join us on Coffee. We'll be live in about an hour, 5 minutes. And yeah, we will get into all of the stuff that we have, okay? Some people in the building, please double tap that screen. Please double tap, 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 double tap. I love you guys. I will see y'all on the next live. Until then, bye.